Schwarzenegger is lying and saying much of San Francisco will be underwater. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been to San Francisco many times. You go back a quarter mile from the side of the ocean, and you're in the hills. I mean, this is asinine. The UN says 1 foot. 1 foot, and that's a fraud. The truth is they don't know what's going to happen because the earth is always changing. First it's global freezing, then it's global warming. Now they say climate change. Every time it's hot in the summer, they tell kids on Nickelodeon, oh my God, we're all roasting. You know, it's hot outside because of global warming. No, it's hot because the earth, the part of the earth we're on, is tilted towards the sun. I'm going to stop ranting. Just play the Schwarzenegger brainwashing video they put out. And then I'm going to play, 2 days ago, John P. Holdren, the White House science czar, who wrote Eco-Science. You know why I've been showing this book every day for the last year? Where the White House science czar writes a textbook saying he wants to put poison in the water to sterilize you and wants to reduce world population under a global government. These are quotes. Don't believe me? Just Google Eco-Science, John P. Holdren. You'll get Reuters, AP, with the stinking quotes in it. But this guy getting grilled. So that's coming up. But first, let's play Schwarzenegger, the liar. Here it is.
The tour that we are about to take is designed to promote awareness of the challenges that we face from climate change.
Give me your money.
And the kind of things that we can do together to overcome those challenges. In California, we're already seeing this.
When I was a bodybuilder, it came out I would rip people off on shows I put on and the movie I made and never pay them. And I was always scamming everyone and laughing about how stupid everybody is and how I get it over on them and how pathetic. And I would hand out records of Hitler speeches to people and dress up like a Nazi at parties and run into the gym screaming, down with the blacks, down with them, they're not humans. Oh, it's so funny what I've done to everybody and how stupid you are. I want your guns. I want open borders. There's 30% unemployment in many areas of California. Give me that article. I saw you guys printing it earlier. All of this is so funny. Now let me scare you like you're a bunch of little stupid children and tell you you're all going to drown. You're all going to drown if you don't let me tax everything. And if the legislature won't pass a law for me to ban TVs and tax them, then I'll just do it myself because I'm a dictator. I always dreamed of being a dictator like Hitler. That's a quote, Rolling Stone. Oh, El Centro holds position for highest jobless rate in the country. CNN Money, 32.2%. 32%. You like it? I know you do. I know you love it now. You're going to enjoy it a lot more. In fact, pull up Schwarzenegger race quotes. I want everybody to see this live on TV and radio. Just go to Google or startpage.com or any other great search engine and type in Schwarzenegger Hitler quotes. And I didn't, when I made martial law that has a section on Schwarzenegger in 2005, I didn't just believe the newspapers about this. I actually ordered the Rolling Stone where he gave the interview saying, I've always dreamed about powerful people like Hitler and being worshipped like Nuremberg, like a dictator. I want to be king of the world, and I'm going to be king of the world. And you're not going to be able to top me. You're not going to be able to top me. Because you're all so stupid and wanting, and I never get over how pathetic people are, how dumb they are. I love to dominate stupid people. Well, I'm not stupid! Get out of here, you usurper crook! All these stupid Republican groups, don't talk about Arnie. We like him wanting our guns. I want to go ahead and just finish up with Schwarzenegger. Then I'm going to play Holdren being grilled. Stay with us.
Average temperatures in our state rose nearly 2 degrees, and if greenhouse gas emissions are not substantially reduced, scientists tell us that temperatures in California could rise an additional 7 degrees during this century.
Back it up.
Perhaps one of the greatest...
Back it up. I mean, this is just all lies. He uses the same IPCC hockey stick graph right there. That's a whole other scandal. I'll guarantee you that that's a fraud right there. When they have fires... Everybody in L.A. knows, the police know, you have nuts that go around setting fires everywhere when the winds get up every year. And they go, look, there are fires, the global warming, the global warming. Give me your money. No, it's that you got 10 million people in L.A. with a couple thousand lunatics that go into the rich areas and try to burn everything down because they hate wealth. It's not the global warming doing it. Let's go back to the global warming man. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here he is.
And if greenhouse gas emissions are not substantially reduced, scientists tell us that temperatures in California could rise an additional 7 degrees during this century.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps one of the greatest risks from climate change is a less reliable water supply. The Californians have long struggled.
California long struggle with it.
See, he knows that people are aware of the water supply and the fact the government's cutting it off at every front. But they don't care. He's going to tell you, humans have never had problems with water supply. We shouldn't dig more wells or build desalinization or not let the government keep the water back. No, it's climate change is doing it. Back to the liar.
And those shortages are expected to get worse as temperatures rise and as we lose our precious Sierra snowpack. Projections shown here indicate that if global warming continues unabated, the spring snowpack in the Sierra Nevada will virtually disappear by the end of the century. This would pose extreme challenges to water managers, hamper hydropower generation, and nearly eliminate skiing, snowboarding, and other recreational activities. Now, another area of concern for California is our 1,100 miles of scenic coastline. Our coast, home to over 25 million people, is vulnerable to a range of natural hazards, including storms, high tides, and rising sea levels. By investing in green technology, we can create a new economic foundation for the 21st century that is built on clean fuel, clean energy, and clean cars. Now, one terrific example is, for instance, the car company called Tesla Motors. Tesla manufactures...
That's enough from him, and you can go watch his press conference online saying San Francisco will be underwater. And they candy coat things with, like, clean cars, new technology. Sounds good. It's taxes. They just put a bunch of things that sound reasonable up front so people hear it and it sounds reasonable and they can get on board with it. Now, remember, Schwarzenegger got in trouble with Kurt Waldheim, the top Nazi, who was also the head of the UN. Turned out the UN knew he was an SS officer, just like Schwarzenegger's dad. And Waldheim, of course, was a eugenicist for world population reduction. So, of course, Schwarzenegger is going to be for eugenics. Global warming is the eugenics front, their excuse to shut off your resources. Now, when we come back from break, I am going to, you can go to arnoldexposed.com. You notice you found one of my websites, and that actually has the quotes. Go to the quotes. See on the side? It says the quote links, and it has his quotes.
I thought about the fame, about just being the greatest. I was dreaming about being some dictator of a country or some savior like Jesus.
My relationship to power and authority is I'm all for it. Arnold Schwarzenegger. U.S. News and World Report, 1990.
People need somebody to watch over them. 95% of the people in the world need to be told what to do and how to behave. Arnold Schwarzenegger, U.S. News and World Report. My friends don't want me to mention Kurt's name because of all the recent Nazi stuff and the UN controversy. But I love him, and Maria does too. And so thank you, Kurt.
Arnold Schwarzenegger on his friend and fellow Austrian Kurt Waldheim, the Nazi war criminal.
I was born to be a leader. I love the fact that millions of people look up to me.
I'll find you some Hitler quotes here in a minute. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We'll show you Holdren being grilled straight ahead.